tradition.
It is.
Okay. Welcome to Let's Be Frank. Today we are talking about lying, which is an interesting topic, and we have definitely brought it up a few times in the past, based on a book by Sam Harris.
Yeah, so remind me, how did we get onto this as a topic to speak about again?
I can't remember. I've got really bad memory.
Okay.
How did we get onto it? Last week we spoke about the line of insanity.
Yeah.
It was something that followed on from that, and
then we decided that it might be a good topic to just chat about again.
Yeah. We actually thought that we had spoken about it because it's come up in so many of our other podcasts.
So how good a liar are you?
Well, I've now realized I'm a brilliant liar after listening to Sam Harris's book on lying. I think I'm pretty good at it.
Which is, unfortunately, most of us are.
It's the reality. But it's not good to lie.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Especially not to yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why we wanted to chat about it again today.
Yeah.
I don't advocate lying to other people at all. And as you can probably recall from the previous time, I said that I am checking myself.
Yeah.
On a very regular basis.
Yeah.
About, am I lying?
To yourself and to others.
Well, to myself, definitely, but also checking when are you lying to others. You know, when you go to one of those default responses, when that's not really how you feel, but well, either you want to spare their feelings or you
avoid an awkward encounter, or
or avoid potential conflict.
Yeah.
So I think in a work situation, you know, we part of our FiveFriday methodology, we speak about the 5 dysfunctions of a team. And right at the bottom, we obviously have trust, and then the next layer is avoidance of conflict. You know, do not avoid conflict, and we still find that happens from time to time.
Yeah.
You will hear people agree with something, then only to afterwards hear, but I didn't really agree with that.
Yeah.
Which in my view is, well, then you lied. And for whatever reason that is, and I'm not saying it's malicious at all.
Yeah.
We understand that people are not necessarily comfortable with conflict, although we
advocate our pot principle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In pursuit of the truth.
Yeah.
And what's the best for the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's important. I believe it's important to at least become aware of when you are lying.
Yeah.
Make a decision for yourself whether you want to be a liar or not.
Yeah.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
which is also in our formula, our blueprint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you find that when you think about a situation where you lied, that you are annoyed with yourself afterwards?
Yeah, and I also feel like the person that you're hurting is yourself. So I can think of a personal situation would be something where I really don't feel like going to an event or something I'm invited to, but I feel the pressure and I feel like I have to go and I have to say yes. I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And I'll say yes, and on the day it's the worst thing, I don't want to do it, but I've committed and I'm doing it, and you actually end up just hurting yourself when you know that you would have preferred not to go.
Yeah.
And it's also not fair to the other person, I suppose.
It isn't. It isn't. And that's, you know, Sam Harris explains that in detail in the book about it's not about trying to spare the other person's feelings. It is about you not wanting to put yourself in that uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
Where most of the time that uncomfortable situation is very short-lived.
Yeah.
You think about when you get invited to go somewhere and someone's saying, no, I don't feel like going.
Yeah.
it's awkward for a short period.
Yeah.
But I think most people appreciate the fact that you're honest about it.
Yeah.
And then on the day, and you don't feel like it, then you have to come up with a bigger lie
about why I'm not feeling well.
I'm really not feeling well. Yes, a couple of standard ones.
Then you have to remember the lies that you've told.
Yeah. Which is a terrible thing to do.
I really like Sam Harris's example in the book with the little girl who said when the father welcomes a guest who he said he had previously said to his family he didn't really want them to come, and the little girl had heard. And then when the guy came in and he said, "Oh, it's so lovely seeing you, I'm so happy you're here," and she says, "No, you're not. You're not happy he's here," and calls him out. Yeah.
So one of the areas which I think we should probably start working on as individuals is checking where you're lying to yourself.
And this
why am I not doing something? Or why am I doing something?
It kind of brings us back to the baseline that we've spoken about before with the eating and sleeping and exercise and making sure those are good for yourself.
Well, that's extremely important.
Yeah.
But there are also so many other things that I think we lie to ourselves in terms of I don't know why we stick to certain habits.
Yeah.
Or why we don't put in more effort to improve ourselves, educate ourselves, learn a new skill, whatever it is. I think that there's so many different areas of your life, why you would put off going to the dentist, for example.
I'm the queen of that.
Yeah, so I just randomly picked an example now, but I think these are all you wouldn't tell yourself, if we use that example, you wouldn't tell yourself that I'm putting off going to the dentist because I'm scared of the dentist necessarily. You always come up with I'm too busy, or it's too expensive. Whatever those things are. I think if you interrogate those things, just check yourself a little bit and force yourself to be honest. What is the real reason why you're not doing it? And if you become aware of the lies that you tell yourself, you force yourself to be more honest with yourself, it becomes easier to be honest with other people.
Yeah.
And being honest with somebody doesn't mean you have to be an asshole.
Although sometimes it comes across that way.
I'm sure it can be perceived that way.
But I think it's because people are not used to people being honest with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it can make you uncomfortable if somebody is. The example that Sam Harris also uses in the book is sitting down with his friend who says that, do you think I need to lose weight?
Yeah.
And he could easily have said, no, you're fine. But he had to check himself in terms of, well, dude, you have to lose for your health, for your family, for your career, for whatever. And I'm sure initially there was that shock.
Yeah.
In a conversation like that, how can you say that? But you don't have to be an idiot about it.
Yeah. I think he also uses the example of a friend who's an author and asks him to read and respond to his work.
Yes.
And that he knows that if he goes to Sam, he will get an honest review and not just it's great, it's fantastic, and that'll be better for him, for his career and for his writing if he has someone being honest with him. So.
Correct, and I had an experience like that recently where somebody asked me to look at something and give my opinion. I did avoid it for a couple of days. Not the reading part, but the responding part.
Yeah.
Where I think that benefited me was that I could kind of go through my thoughts and without coming across as a jerk, I hope, I could give some input in terms of why I thought this didn't work and why I thought that could have been, can be done better.
And then you're also giving that person the opportunity to be better and to improve, which is, I mean, that's invaluable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this case, I actually extended the invitation to say, I'm happy to have a chat, because this was via, a conversation, an email conversation. And I extended the invitation to set up a meeting and let's have a chat about that, and I'll explain the reasons why. And I felt better afterwards, because there were definitely some obvious areas which could be improved on.
Yeah.
So being honest certainly helps me be a better person. So I didn't want to go to just a better person, because that seems like such a general. But I believe that I owe it to each and every one in this office to be honest. I believe I owe it to my family.
Yeah.
I believe I owe it to my friends. And it definitely helps me to keep me honest in terms of myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I've also found, because I tend to be a bit of a people pleaser sometimes, and I'll do things that I don't want to do to keep other people happy. And I've recently started checking myself on that, and when I really don't feel like doing something, saying no, and not coming up with an excuse, just saying, no, that's not right for me right now. Because that is something that I would also do, is if I really didn't want to do it, I would come up with a very good excuse for why I didn't want to do it. And
do you think that people can see through that bullshit?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So it just makes the whole thing even more awkward. So I've
Correct.
started to really check myself on that, and I have an example of it from the past weekend where I said no to something for me, and I said it's because I need me time, I can't do that, and I felt much better. I mean, I feel a lot more comfortable and
do you feel that
settled.
That was appreciated, the fact that you're honest
No.
about it?
The person hasn't spoken to me since.
Okay.
But I feel better that I stood up for myself, and
Yes. Yes.
yeah, and I'm sure that she'll get over it.
But we also, all of us, I think without exception, people don't like being lied to.
Yeah.
We may not always be ready to hear the truth, but we don't. I mean, I hated when people lie to me.
Yeah. No, me too.
It definitely does something to a relationship of any nature.
Yeah.
When you become aware of the fact that somebody lied to you.
Yeah.
With whatever intentions.
Yeah. No, I agree completely.
Yeah, so I hope everybody will pay attention.
Yeah.
As I say, for me, the best place, start with yourself.
Yeah.
And as you become aware of that, I mean, try to get that count down to 0 in terms of lying to yourself.
Yeah. It's a lofty goal.
It's a lofty goal.
Yeah.
But if you aim for a lofty goal and you kind of get close to that, it's already a huge improvement.
Yeah.
And once you get more comfortable with that, I think you will get more comfortable with being honest with other people.
Yeah.
And like anything else, it takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah, so I think as a starting point, just that being aware of when you lie to yourself and what you're lying about and why you're lying to yourself is a great starting point.
Because so many of those things are so ingrained into us that we don't even notice when we're doing it anymore.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks guys. There's a challenge.
Stop lying.
And we will chat again next week. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Next time on Let's Be Friday.